Ubisoft, because the Ubisoft guy called people a bunch of crap too. That's what I think you're thinking about. A week or two ago, the Ubisoft director and some of their devs were attacking people. I think the Veilguard attack. This is a new one. Isn't it a shame when there's so many we can't keep up with them anymore?
Yeah, I know.
That kind of pisses me off that I'm literally going like, who called us a bunch of like incels and racists recently? I'm losing track of it.
That is one thing that I don't understand. I guess it worked for so long that, if we don't agree with you, then, we're toxic gamers or the toxic fandom or the fandom menace or whatever. Yeah, if you're unsuccessful, it's the fans' fault. Well, dude, if you make a good product, you wouldn't be the fans' fault. So
I think it all started with Gamergate when all that started going on, and it was first keeping the fans were keeping the women out of games and stuff like that. And then
dude, I thought you'd be the one to get on this. What about the hack of Grand Theft Auto? Like them getting the map, the trailer. No, the trailer release. They grabbed the trailer and they had to go out and release the Grand Theft Auto trailer early because people had stole the trailer and released it early. They had got a copy. They were doing a big countdown to it.
That already happened.
Yeah, that's been a minute.
That might have been a minute. I don't know, man. I'm just trying, man. It's like I'm trying to find something that ain't about the election.
Well, you're good. But you can stop trying, man. We're talking now. We're having a conversation already. Let's get started. Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
And on Skype,
we have Bloodaxe today.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of topics today, but hey,
Kendrick Lamar's a great rapper.
Wow.
I've been listening to him a lot lately. What? Have you heard Euphoria?
Poor Drake.
And Not Like Us and Like That. I've been rocking that for a while.
You're picking a side, man. We try not to pick a side here.
Hey, no. I said he's a great rapper and the music is catchy. It ain't my fault that I never used to listen to Drake on my cell phone. Oh, I didn't do that, man.
All right. I don't know if that's in our audience base or not.
What music?
Well, the Drake and Lamar beef.
It gets in your head, man, too. Not Like Us is catchy. I've been humming that crap for like 4 days straight. It is in here. I can't stop.
Dude, if it was made after 1993, I probably haven't heard the song. So.
It sounds like something from back in the day, though. It brings back for somebody in my age group who grew up with Pac and Minister.
It does
Public
have that.
Enemy.
It does have a bit of nostalgia.
Yeah,
feel to
it's got that vibe, man. And then there's some parts in there that make you think when you get talking about an ATL. All I'm saying, it's good music. Now, it's a shame somebody made them jump up and their name had to get dropped in it, but the song is good.
But yeah, I would say it's more reminiscent to the '90s and early 2000s rap.
Yeah. Hey, we gotta let them know, man. We keep up a little bit of something, and I mean, I'm sorry, it ain't game. We know what is gaming because somebody getting played in that song.
Oh.
But
okay.
with GTA on it, I think they mentioned GTA in the song.
Well, I mean, I could hear that music being played in like a nice, skateboarding game or something like that. You remember Tony Hawk's soundtrack, man?
I think we're going to probably hear it next in a football game. Madden 2025 is probably going to have the Lamar. I mean, after all, it's going to the Super Bowl. Oh, we didn't lose everybody. Those people go like, "What is going on?"
But no, skateboarding. That's where the good music used to be. When you
I will say Tony Hawk used to get some good soundtracks.
The wrestling games, you would get some good soundtracks too.
True, yeah. But as like we said, it's a little light because companies are imploding at this point, man. I mean, these companies are dying.
Or we can't also forget, Gwen Stefani. The ultimate music.
Hey, me, and No Doubt. I can sing some No Doubt. I still can hit it.
Well, no, more just a reference to the rock band and all that stuff. I mean, dude, I really hate that nobody has picked that up and really made that affordable again.
The challenge is the price tag.
Yeah.
It's expensive to put it together, and it's a lot to get all the licenses. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I was amazed they were able to do it back then, and it's a shame because I think that right now we could use that escapism, man.
I
a
feel
game
like,
where
though,
you just play some music
with AI. You think you could get the song, okay? You can program it to sort of program an AI to sort of listen to the song
and then set the
and
buttons.
generate the buttons. And then instead of you buying the music, they don't actually sell any music. You can you mute about Bloodaxe? I'm getting a lot of
Bloodaxe, we're
feedback
catching
from
your
you.
back, man.
Hang on, let me deal with that.
Right. But instead of them supplying the music, they let you just integrate your Google Music to it, or your Amazon Music, and then it automatically creates
It generates the playlist.
So then you don't have to do any licenses because the license is on me. I have my songs that I pay for already. And then all you're doing is supplying an interface.
They would firebomb the gaming studio because nobody. Well, I pay for mine. I have YouTube Music Premium.
Yeah.
So everything I listen to, I've paid my dues. I pay monthly.
Well, that's
fees.
what I'm saying. You would link.
No, you're renting it.
You're
renting
I'm
it.
renting it. Yeah, I'm renting access. And honestly, that would be great for YouTube Music and other rental sites where instead of buying it song by song, you sign up, and they've made the deals to have the songs. Mm-hmm. And then I could watch the video for the actual song while I'm playing it too. I'd love to have the buttons, but the video's playing in the back.
Do you honestly think? Do you seriously think that Microsoft's going to play in sandbox with Apple and let you run Apple Music through a game on Xbox and be able to play a guitar?
You forgot who I am. Screw Apple. I don't want them to play. I'm like Sony on that. Forget them. No, I'm kidding. That would be the new competitor though. There would be the Microsoft Rock Band, and then Apple would buy. Well, they wouldn't buy. They'd make their own. They'd make their own music thing, and then you'd have both.
But I mean, and as far as like background goes, whether or not you have a band on stage, I mean, all these music things have tags on them, whether they're rock or metal and stuff like that. So you can pull the tags for to sort of set up the stage.
Yeah. And I can have my Lamar concert when we're doing that.
If some artists want to get into it, they can sell their likeness, and if somebody pulls a Metallica band, Metallica's actually on the stage, like they did,
That would be
that would be up to the individual artist. It has nothing to do with the music, so it's not a music license.
Yeah, if you want to push your brand,
it's a brand. It's a brand license.
And if not, hey man, YouTube has a lot of AMVs. I would love to actually play some of them AMVs, man. Like I still to this day in the shadows.
But you probably wouldn't
Naruto.
do YouTube because YouTube isn't. You wouldn't have the license. You would have to. It would have to be the YouTube Music, which you'll still get the music videos, but the AMVs don't usually go through YouTube Music because that isn't licensed.
Yeah. Either way, it's workable. So I want to see that come back. I'm with you on that.
But I figure with the way we have AI right now, we should be able to do it. Sorry, Bloodaxe, go ahead.
I don't think you could stream it though because the music has copyrights.
Well, no, you would be able to stream it, but who cares, man? I just wanted to be with my buds, man.
We would, but a lot of people would want to be able to stream them playing these songs. So you would have to figure out some way to be able to make it streaming applicable, so that you could continue to grow that audience. Because how many times have people bought games because they watched their favorite streamers play a game? So you need to be able to find ways to continue to be able to stream it as well.
I don't know if you could stream it before though, because I mean,
no, you couldn't.
It would require an individual license. You would have to have a license to be able to stream it.
The thing is that some bands, I believe, we're starting to get our musicians who would just give the thumbs up, man, just do it. Because why would you not want your music out there? People can hear it anyway. Why not have people play it? And now everybody wants to go get your song and play your song. And now they're buying your music and they become a fan. For example, Kendrick Lamar, this is not related to beef, he dropped his music online without a copyright so people could react to it and stream it. He made a fan out of me because I watched reaction videos to his songs because he allowed it. Now, I like Kendrick Lamar. Now, if I had to pay to see him, I'd never know who he is because I didn't know him from the beginning, and I don't like most modern rap. I thought it all sucked till I found somebody got that old school style. I'm only aware of him because he dropped these songs copyright free, so people had access to it. I believe other artists will hopefully pick up on
Well,
this.
you have that on YouTube. I mean, you have radio stations. You have people where you can hear this music. I mean, you have like TikTok that does a lot of little bits of music. I've found music on that before. People sharing their SoundCloud so you can hear a snippet of something. So I mean, that's out there. But I mean, and what I'm talking about here would be, I mean, you have access to it. You have Google Music. I mean, you pay for Google Music so you don't have ads on YouTube. And just so you don't have ads on YouTube, you also have a huge, massive library of music.
Well, a good example, too, is I'm going to drop some names of guys I listen to that do game-based music. You know, they'll write rap songs. Like, I like Stupendium. I like Dan Bull. There's a couple of others out there that do some good music. My brain ain't got the best memory, but I listened to those videos recently. You always remember the last one you listened to. I'd like to play that stuff on there, and guess what? That can get them subscribers. I believe the idea, too, that if they opt in for their music to be allowed on the game, be streamable, they would see subscribes. Yeah. So there's a business model that can work.
Yeah, the problem with that is studio greed, because a lot of times where the artist will agree, the actual. Sadly, the artists don't own most of the music. I mean, we saw this recently, and this is not to get political. We saw this recently in the political debates where Trump used certain music, and the artist got pissed off that he used their music. Come to find out, they had no recourse because they don't own the music.
Ooh.
He got the rights from the people who own the music. So, I mean,
run your own label. Always run your own label, man. But I'd like to see that come back, because another thing is the prohibitive price of Rock Band and Guitar Hero was also that usually one person had to own the entire set of instruments. But if you make it to where we are able to play online, then, I just need my instrument, you need your instrument, he needs his instrument, we're good. You actually divvy up the cost.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
J-Star says, copyright overall is a good thing to have. However, there are many times where I personally feel like it has too much grip. Yeah, copyright has, I mean, that's why we have, you know, the old patent trolls and you know, all that stuff. So
good idea, man. I hope you get your label running. When you pop up a name, let us know. We'll drop it.
Yes, I agree with running your own label than my personal. Yeah.
No, really. I mean, seriously. I mean, hey, we may do this for our own entertainment, but we own Dicejunkies. We own Dicejunkies. We own this like a lock, stock, and barrel, because it's a bad idea to not.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, if you're not careful, here we can roll in now. Watch this segment.
Well, the thing is, I mean, with running your own label and just like this, I mean, you know, we own this.
Now you did it to me now.
Somebody else doesn't own it, and, you know, same thing there. Yeah. Own your own music if you're doing music, man. That has been the folly of a lot of artists and the regret. I mean, so many times if you listen to people talk online about music, they're like, man, I wish I owned it. Yeah.
I don't even own my song.
Yeah.
And if you're not careful, even a large company, you better make sure you own it and watch out when you start selling that stock. Because if you don't, then you may need to learn to speak another language. It's a hard language to learn. I've tried. It's really hard to learn.
Ubisoft may be circling the drain. A Chinese mega publisher is reportedly considering purchasing the Assassin's Creed makers. Now,
who called this?
When we hear Chinese mega publisher, we know it's Tencent.
What's you say, Bloodaxe?
Who called this last week?
Yeah. I mean, Q said it. I didn't believe it.
I even named the company. Yeah. I said, I know who about.
When I saw this come across my YouTube feed, I was like, man, Q was right again.
No. I was so mad because I saw it like the next couple mornings. That's why I didn't say anything. It's I was like, son of a bitch. And then but it is just a rumor. It is not. But and we know how these rumors go when it comes to a company being purchased or bought by some other company. Rumors go crazy.
There are rumors that Xbox might buy Bethesda.
Yeah.
There are rumors they might buy the Call of Duty.
Yeah,
maker.
there's also rumors that Amazon might buy Bethesda and that Sony might buy Bethesda.
But you want to know who always buys what they say they're gonna buy?
Who's that?
Tencent.
No,
They don't play.
We've heard rumors of Tencent buying other things before,
But they've already got stock in them. Though. We found out that they have a substantial
like
amount of
30%?
stock in them.
It's like, well, how much?
It was like 30%
I thought it
they
was
own.
10.
Was it
No.
10?
Was it 10 or was it 30? I can't remember if it was 10 or 30 either, actually. Both of those numbers seem familiar. Yeah, I'll do it. You go ahead.
This
Keep
article
going.
doesn't say.
I'll check it out.
But no, it is rumored that Ubisoft is going to be bought by Assassin's blah.
Assassin Blah.
Yeah, no. Dang it, 10 cent. Now, apparently, a lot of layoffs are happening at Ubisoft in plans of selling, and that's where a lot of these rumors started coming from. Is Ubisoft seems to be trimming the fat, which is a common procedure you see when a sell-off is about to happen.
To answer that number, let me get it out real quick.
Okay.
Tencent has 10. The Gullimore family has 20. So together, that's the 30%. Is that 30% of their stock is not in their hands, and as Gillimarts have been rumored to want to sell their stock to Tencent. That's probably where the 30% people are saying, because it's been stated repeatedly that they think they want to sell to Tencent. That's where a lot of this is coming from. 30% is a big stock if it all falls in one hand. That probably may make somebody dang near a majority. I don't know who the competitor is for majority.
Per a new report, Chinese tech powerhouse Tencent is considered teaming up with the Guillemot family to acquire
There you go.
Ubisoft.
So that's what the 30% is. 30% has already been bought. So if they get a little bit more, and we don't know, they may already have the majority, but 30%, they only need 20% more, 21% more, and then it don't matter. They basically own it. Because sadly, you don't need to buy an entire company. You just need majority.
Yeah, and remember what the UK forced Microsoft to do to get that whole deal through is Ubisoft currently holds the cloud gaming rights for Activision Blizzard titles because, the whole UK cloud thing. So now we may see those cloud rights move over to China. If they buy Ubisoft.
All in the sake of the crap they wanted to do to these games, and they keep bombing them. I mean, we got another rumor we're going to cover later about another game they're looking into that sounds so stupid that I'm like, just set fire to the building and call it a day. If you hate your gaming company that much, get the gas, get the matches, at least we get a cool bonfire. This is sad. This is sad.
Yeah. And like J-Star says in the comments, says changes have been happening over the years. And the part of the changes that makes me feel bad is the jobs loss. I have sensitivity towards people, to speak honest. Yeah, no, that's us too. Like
I've mourned the job losses all the time, man. I hate it.
Seeing the job loss is probably the biggest thing now.
Especially because it ain't the people that made the mistake.
Yeah,
Usually people being fired ain't the people that decided to do something weird and mess up their own
because I think the last layoff was it Ubisoft that laid off like the QA team?
No. It was the devs that
was
worked
it EA?
on something. It was a QA. It was a QA team. Was it EA? I was it Outlaws. They fired the QA team. Well, it was one of the games.
I think it was Outlaws.
They should have fired him for Outlaws.
No, it wasn't Outlaw. It was Concord. Their first terminations, I believe, for Concord was the QA team, and the game played fine. The QA team is not at fault if the game works. It's, what's wrong with Concord was a bad business idea to go into live service and character models no one could get into. That's not QA's fault. Why would you fire QA? I'm still pissed about that. I thought that was bull crap. Fire the writers, fire the people at the top
the
that made the
producers
bad
and
calls.
directors and stuff like that. Those are the ones that made the calls on that stuff, man.
Yeah, your job was to go, does left button, right button work? Can I jump? Does my gun shoot straight?
Does the market work? Does
Yeah, and it all did. I heard the game played fine. The engine was fine. So I'm with you, JD Star, man. The wrong people lose their jobs over a lot of this stuff. With Assassin's Creed Shadows, I'll bet you the last person to get fired will be the writers and the consultants, even though those are the people that made the changes, because you look it up, they say the original game, this wasn't it. This wasn't who were the people they had lined up. This wasn't the story. This wasn't the main character. But I bet you they'll fire, the QA team and the janitor and the guy people who made the game engine before they'll fire the people that suggested let's change the story.
Like
at the last minute.
normally what you see in these, especially if they're getting sold, the people that get laid off are the people that are considered replaceable. QA teams are considered replaceable. You can outsource a QA team to other third world countries and stuff like that. A lot of times, it's common practice.
Now, QA team for Assassin's Creed Shadows, like Bloodaxe said. Yes, I was paying attention. No. I've watched gameplay, and it plays a hot mess. It is actually janky as crap. It is bad. And Outlaws, same thing. That game had massive technical issues. So I'm like,
Well, that's the claim that Shadows was delayed because of the bugs. Now, it's probably other reasons, but I mean, that's not the only problems. They do mention Assassin's Creed Shadows delay. I don't say it just got worse. I mean, I sort of saw this coming. If one game gets delayed, it's going to push back all your other games. Now,
those other games ain't coming out. I don't see we're going to see anything.
Well, here's the thing.
I think Shadows
is
going to be the...
I haven't really... I played the Viking one. I didn't care. I actually liked the Viking one. I didn't play it because it was Assassin's Creed. I played it because I like Viking stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Black Flag, from several of the people in our chat room last week, mentioned Black Flag was one of their favorites because...
that's why it doesn't need a remake.
Yeah,
the
and
game
so they're doing a
works.
remake. Why are they doing a remake? Are they wanting to fuck it up too?
People are still playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag, to my knowledge. Like, I'm going to check it out. Keep going. But like I said, it's like, now I'm curious. Well, to me, the worst thing about the pushback for here's why I think they're going to fail. It isn't even I think the Assassin's Creed Shadow. Dude, Assassin's Creed, it's a big label. Yeah. Problem is, we realize what the other game is that comes out in February. You know what it is? It's flipping Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, a period piece known for its great realism, hugely popular, and highly anticipated. That plus, what was the other game that's big in February? Like, they're taking on some seriously big games. What was the other one?
Yeah, I don't remember right off.
Yeah, we're getting old. Yeah, but two really big games are coming out in February that are going to donkey punch this freaking Assassin's Creed Shadows in the face. 2025, man, not 2024. They're going to knock it out. And it's just like, but if they push it back again, they're going to be in even more trouble.
Let's see. February has the new Civ game, it looks like.
No, that's not it.
Deliverance 2.
No, there's a big one coming, man. There's a big one in 2025.
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
I'd be more interested in Civ than I would be in
Monster Hunter Wilds. Go ahead, man.
No, I'd be more interested in Civ than I would be Assassin's Creed.
But from an action
Avowed?
player.
Is that the other one?
What?
Avowed?
Avowed is also an RPG. That's
like
the problem,
Dragon?
though. But Avowed's also coming to Game Pass. But no, Monster Hunter Wilds.
Oh, yeah.
And Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Another Like a Dragon is coming out?
Yeah. So you've got...
Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I knew about it. I just didn't bring it up because I don't know what to think. But
Avowed is also...
Yes. So you've got an RPG from Obsidian. You've got Kingdom Come Deliverance, a period piece, which makes it almost a direct competitor. Highly popular game. Immersive, well done. And then you've got, or if you want to kick a lot of butt, Monster Hunter Wilds, which for me, that's my game of the year.
We're both,
I'm expecting that to be game
both
of the year.
highly anticipating Monster Hunter Wilds. It looks awesome.
Dude, it's a game of the year contender and it ain't out yet for 2025. So you're going up. But if they push it back again, people going to forget the dang game exists. Because the second pushback is going to be bad.
Well, let's also remember who they wanted to build an audience with Shadows. They claimed they wanted to build an audience with Japan. But Monster Hunter is like in the blood of the Japanese. Like, it is huge in Japan, bigger than it is here. Monster Hunter is massive in Japan. So
it was one of the best-selling games when it was only on.
It's gonna eclipse anything that comes out.
It was one of the best-selling franchises when it was only on the dang Nintendo system. It is coming out to everything. It will kick all of the buttholes. It is going to stomp. I mean, it's so big. I'm worried for Kingdom Come Deliverance. But whoever doesn't buy Monster Hunter Wilds will buy Kingdom Come Deliverance. Nobody's going to have any money left for Assassin's Creed Shadows. You can play a better game. Just play a better game. You'd be better off playing Like a Dragon.
Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza. At this point, almost every Like a Dragon game is a spin-off. It's a weird franchise, man. Like,
if they could just let me skip more cutscenes, I could get through it. But I tried to play the other Like a Dragon with the samurai, and after I had played for an hour, but in reality I had played for 15 minutes, but I had been sitting there for an hour, I was just like, all right, man, I'm sorry, but I'm tired of you talk too dang much. That game was killing me. But fun. When I was playing, fun. But that's my point. They've already picked a bad month. Now, here's a Q theory. I'm feeling cocky because I got one right, so now I'm going to throw out one that probably ain't going to be right. All right. I think they did it on purpose. I believe the goal of putting it in February is that they've given up on it and they want it to go out with a whimper. They want to slide it in, have people stop hating on it, and just have it fail quietly to the side, move on to the next game.
Well, dude, if you notice, they haven't been advertising Shadows since then. Like,
have you forgot the other thing they did? No. Here's why I had this theory. It's not a total tinfoil hat. The other reason for this theory is that they gave people their pre-order money back. They refunded the pre-orders,
which is not a common practice in a delay.
They didn't have to cancel the pre-orders when they delayed this. They gave you your pre-order money back because they don't want you to play it. That's what that is. They don't want you to play it. Or they would have just gave you a little hand. They already said they're going to give out the DLC for free. They didn't have to cancel your pre-order. When they gave you your pre-order money back, that was them saying, go away. Go away. Leave it alone. It's dead. It's stupid. But I told my daughter I was going to put out a weird game. So just go away. I'm still going to put it out. Check out the next Assassin's Creed. That's what they're doing. For some reason, they have to put it out. I don't know what happened. They can't just cancel it. So they're trying to put it out with a whimper.
Tax write-off?
Maybe they're trying to do a tax write-off. Maybe they made a deal with somebody somewhere. But they're going to I think they're sending it out to die. They're old yellowing this game. And that's why they picked the biggest month in 2025.
Are they just trying to delay it until they can sell the company?
If nothing else, they're at least trying to make sure Japan doesn't look at it. And Monster Hunter Wilds, people are going to forget Assassin's Creed existed when that comes out, including us.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know, man.
Because, I mean, if the rumors are true about one of the games they got coming, that's another failure, man. They are making some weird deals.
Yeah, I don't actually know
rumor.
What's up with this Hex. Like, I mean, I remember when, it was a few years back, I think, when they announced this. And
it's popped back up again, but there's no dates or a lot of stuff. But, I mean, there are screenshots. It's on Games Radar, Tech Radar, or Games, whatever, Rant. Like, several sites covered it. So it's not imaginary that they announced at some point, but it's basically an Assassin's Creed set in Salem Witch Trials where you're on the side of the witches. And rumor is it's very Agatha all along-ish.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, this is going to be another fail. Also, it's supposed to actually have supernatural elements, and that didn't go well. A lot of people's most hated part of Assassin's Creed is when they brought in the dang Fruits of Adam or whatever, Fruits of Paradise or whatever they call it. They weren't very popular. Like, that supernatural element and out the deep end did not land well. Now, I think a period piece about the Salem Witch Trials is a very good idea. I don't know how you wrap the Assassins and the Templar lore into that.
Well, really. That's my thing, dude. The Assassin's Creed model is not a bad model. Whether it's a Viking game, a pirate game, it's not a bad model. You climb shit, you jump off of high buildings, land in some soft thing so you can get the unlock the map more. and you sneak around. You're able to do a
Stealth
lot
or
of
direct
stealth
combat.
or direct combat. Yeah, it's a really good, fleshed out style of game. Honestly, you could take the Assassin's Creed shit out of it.
I was thinking
and just release different genres of that style of action adventure RPG.
Why do you think Star Wars Outlaw failed? People thought that Star Wars Outlaw was going to be Assassin's Creed options. Because remember, you could run businesses Ezio could run businesses and have workers. People thought Outlaws was going to be Assassin's Creed in space, and it wasn't. If it was, I'd want to play it. And why don't they just do Hex? Codename Hex. Take the Assassin's Creed off and just do Codename Hex.
Yeah.
You know what? First of all, here's
then you
your
have
first
a
victory.
Coven game that.
Yeah, and it becomes its own franchise. I won't say crap and criticize it because it's not Assassin's Creed. So I'll be like, hey man, you can do whatever you want with this new IP. It could be, you could call it Agatha all along. All I care. Like you can do that because it's its own thing. And honestly, I'd be more interested in it if it didn't have Assassin's Creed tag. You know why? Because now it can have supernatural elements and that doesn't break the canon. Now I know that the secret story isn't about alien apples and dumb crap. Like, I can get into it. I can't be invested in Assassin's Creed story easily because I know Eden, the apples of Eden. I know the backstory. And sadly, the backstory, the real backstory behind the scenes of what's happening is so stupid, it makes whatever you're doing feel dumb.
It's because when I think of Assassin's Creed, I think of an assassin. You know, I mean...
Yeah. You don't think of an alien.
This is the image, you know, that... Well, the style, that cloaked character, you know.
Fighting against this other organization,
Yeah.
a freedom fighter, a renegade, an anarchist.
A secret assassin society.
Yeah.
That's what you think of. All this other stuff, they've just stretched the franchise too far.
And I'd rather play an assassin. I'd rather play an assassin in different periods. I don't want it to not be about being an assassin. It's called Assassin's Creed.
But, I mean, I played the Viking game. It was a good Viking game. I don't know why it was an Assassin's Creed game. I still don't know.
You built a tribe. It really wasn't. Like you said, it was weird. The best parts about it had nothing to do with that.
I met gods.
Dude, I played Odyssey. I kept wanting it to just be a Greek myth. I liked it. I wanted it to just be a Greek. But then every now and then it reminded me of Assassin's Creed, and I went, oh, this is all going to be dumb. It's about a space apple. Oh, no, you took me out of it. I'm just being real. I think their period pieces are interesting. I wish they would divorce them from the Assassin's Creed storyline, and instead, to me, you want to know where they jumped the shark? They should have rolled Assassin's Creed into Watch Dogs. That was a great theory.
Yeah.
And going into the future with the more futuristic assassins. I was excited to see the Watch Dog Assassin's Creed crossover, and I thought that was a good idea. Especially, I thought they were going to start then literally pairing them, where they would put out an Assassin's Creed, and you'd play an ancestor, and you'd see the next protagonist is the guy getting into the machine of Watch Dog, the next Watch Dog protagonist. Then the next game, you'd play the other side of the story where he takes those skills into the modern world, and you pair the games. You go Assassin's Creed Jonathan, and then you go Watch Dogs Jonathan, and Assassin's Creed Mikhail, and Watch Dogs Mikhail. I was vested in that idea. You basically sell almost two games at the same time. No, they just started going, let's do these period pieces, but be weird about it. Honestly, I'm going to say something controversial.
Really?
Yes.
You? Really?
I would be very interested in an Assassin's Creed game that was actually about Yasuke. But I want it to be about Yasuke's real experience. I've played games where I've played a character during a time when it was hard to be black, and they're interesting. They're educational. They are quite informative. I would love to have played him when he was, like, I think it was the Jesuits or whatever, or the Portuguese, when he was a slave, him then getting away. I think playing the Hard Knock Life version of Yasuke's story would be far more interesting to me than a false fantasy that's not accurate because to me it's insulting to pretend like he was popular in Japan, in medieval Japan. Yeah, you might as well go ahead and pull a Dave Chappelle and have a black leader of the KKK because you're just going to act like racism doesn't exist. I'm fine with historically accurate racism. I would have loved to play Yasuke as an assassin. He has a reason to be an assassin. If you make the Portuguese the Templars, I can see him sneaking out at night when Oda Nobunaga wasn't looking and killing those guys. I'd be down with it. Be like, you chain me up and stole me from my country. I can get into that. That's how much I don't understand black people.
That would be an interesting way to put it. Is if you had him as the indentured servant, slave, whatever you want to put it as. But the
empowerment comes from him sneaking out as an assassin.
He at night, he sneaks out, does these things.
And no one suspects him because that's just our black guy.
That actually would be.
And no one would ever suspect him because the one advantage of racism is being underestimated. They think you're stupid. They don't expect anything from you. So him sneaking out and doing those things would have been very empowering and fun. And the whole time, everyone's blaming each other, and he's just sitting there like, I'm just the fun, like Oda Nobunaga's like servant. Don't worry about me. And that would have been like fun to do. But instead, you want to be like, no, he must be honored and loved. And I'm like, but then he's honestly, not special. Why is he even black?
That also actually fits in with a lot of Japanese anime-style stories because a lot of times you have that protagonist that is enslaved or being held captive.
But plotting revenge.
But behind the scenes is doing a lot of other stuff.
Make him a secret mastermind that was playing everybody. Yeah. I'd be into that. But here's the problem with what they're doing. They took away the whole point of him being black by making him a beloved samurai. You took away the point. Like, if he doesn't have to earn his place, if he's a noble and everyone bows to him and loves him, he might as well just be Japanese. What's the point? And that just shows their disassociation from us. That they're like, no, look, everybody loves him. Well, then he might as well be white or a Japanese person. Just truthfully, why be black in Japan in that time if everyone's going to act like you're not? You know what I'm saying? What's the point? I would have been interested in a realistic story because we like to rise up from struggle. We like to see victory against the odds. If you've got the advantage, you're a bully. Well,
I'll tell you who's not having a victory right now, and that is...
they've been getting burnt.
That is Starfield, man.
Shattered Hopes? Is that the name of it? Starfield Shattered Hopes?
It should have been Shattered Hopes, Shattered Dreams. No, Shattered Space. Mostly negative on Steam. Mostly not because it's necessarily bad, but because it's just too short and doesn't add enough.
It does not add barely anything.
And I think everybody was sort of waiting on Shattered Space to bring back modders and bring, because they thought they'd add a lot of cool stuff to play with and to manipulate the worlds with. But, I mean, from what I've heard from other people, I have not played it yet. I've been dancing around it.
We own it.
Yeah. In my Starfield game, I've been dancing around it. It's like recommended level 35 or higher. My character's 115.
Only 115?
Yeah. And
I grind it.
Mine's like 15.
And I'm just
well, you're the smart with Bloodaxe. Sometimes your quit in you is right, and you quit something that needed to be quit.
I mean, my thing is I don't hate Starfield. I actually do enjoy the game. Do I wish there was more to it? I do, but at the same time, I do see, I guess I break things down into certain aspects, and I see potential, but that potential has not been met. And I also play No Man's Sky. This is another game that had potential, but was not met, and I saw it grow, that potential. So I keep having my fingers crossed from Starfield, but I don't think it's ever going to get there. I honestly don't. It's hanging in there longer than Andromeda did. Andromeda was another one that had potential.
That died fast.
But...
they gave up on DLC and everything. Yeah. They killed that game quick.
I don't think Starfield necessarily needed more time in the oven. I think it needed less time in the oven, honestly. If you actually read up on their development and stuff like that, there was a lot of cool features in Starfield. But they kept adding more and more without really ever refining any of them. Because it was this grandeur idea. I mean, that's why I can see the potential. I see a lot of where they took out things, But because they just wanted to keep growing this project to a point. At some point, they had to release it. The
problem with Starfield is there was way too much, and I get open world, and this is definitely open world. At least they fixed one of my big hiccups with it, which is adding the Mako, to where you can actually get around on the moons and planets a lot easier. But there's still so much to do that I get paralyzed with where do I go next?
Yeah,
and I get overwhelmed. Like, you know what? I'm gonna find something more linear to play because this is just way. Well, that's the thing. I mean,
right now they have like 100 and something different galaxies with multiple planets in each one of them. They could have done this game with 6 galaxies, and then just made those planets more fleshed out.
Or did like Borderlands, where they have events where every couple of months they take a planet and put something on to go do. Adding some planets with
you just don't want them out there. Like Bloodaxe said, it gets you do get overwhelmed easily. So you shrink it down, and then when Shattered Space gets released, guess what? You add a couple of more, and then it's not as big of a hit,
Yeah.
That way too, because it's so big and there's so many galaxies and planets out there. It almost goes, okay, well, there's never going to be alien life. I mean, you've already discovered this many planets. Also, it's a little hard to believe time frame wise because it's only been like 100 and some odd years since they did the grav drive. But they have all these planets, and there's already ruins of industries and all this stuff. And it's only really been 100 years since they started even exploring space, but they've already built, They
didn't even introduce a new resource or something they found to cause this exploration. All right.
The resource was the rune. They do have they destroyed Earth because of the rune. That's how they basically creating grav drives destroyed the Earth.
I don't mean like that. I mean,
the exploration they
like
have
in
reason
Mass
for.
Effect, they started finding new crap though on those planets, specifically other new crap. That's why exploration was so competitive. But here, like you said, it's dead planets.
Yeah.
There's no story of they found out on one planet a organic plant or creature that had a miraculous, it cures cancer. So now there's a race to get the next new discovery. Like you said, the overexplored galaxy with nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do a quick deep dive because how much time we got? We got a little time to play with this?
Yeah, we got some time. We got about 15 minutes.
All right. That's why I was trying to actually let y'all talk because I was thinking y'all would give me a lot of ideas. First, I'm going to do a quick comparison. DLC, you need to do one or two things. You're a Bethesda. Bethesda games engine is old, janky, and skanky. All right. It's fun, but it's not great. But DLCs usually did one or two important things. They either introduced a new mechanic that both added something to the game and gave modders something to play with. For example, in Skyrim, Hearthfire. For example, in Fallout 4, the roboticist that allowed you to craft your own robots. They usually added a mechanic that added a whole new dimension to the game, or they added a massive story area with a lot of new weapons and options and multi-ending story points, like Farpoint. One of the best DLCs I played in a while for a Bethesda game. Farpoint added wonderful elements. The area was massive, unique, lots of story, multiple ways to complete it. They thought of everything. Well, what if you're with the Brotherhood? What if you're with the Institute? What if you decide to do it this way, this way? There was almost no way to complete Farpoint they didn't consider. They Obsidian in it. That was the closest they ever came to trying to replicate Obsidian's choices they offered in New Vegas. I loved it because it felt like I almost wondered if Obsidian secretly wrote Farpoint, and for that DLC. And then Dawn Guard added a new area, whole new spells, crossbows, variant crossbows, more companions, a whole new vampire system, an update to the werewolf system. And this didn't do anything like that. It just did not add anything to the game.
You have way too much faith in Obsidian. I've realized this. Like, Obsidian has failed over and over again. Like, it's one shining.
About. They only ever made New Vegas.
Yeah, it's one shining accomplishment is New Vegas, which was crap when it first came out.
Okay, but it was great in the end, and I never made anything after that until Avowed.
Now they made Grounded.
Oh, and Grounded. Grounded. Thanks, man. I needed that. Yeah, Grounded.
I mean, Grounded's all right.
But they kept improving on it, and it did keep getting better. But the main point is that Bethesda also used to do this. They used to put out qualitative. I can't believe they put out this thing for $30, and it don't add a dang mechanical thing to this game. Not a new star power, not a new way to get around.
It's got new gear. New bounties.
I've seen a list of it, and you ain't even going to miss it.
It's got the Mako to get around on the planet. So, yeah.
You can
now you got a landing vehicle.
Wait a minute, Bloodaxe was talking to. What'd you say, Bloodaxe?
Well, you also got the landing vehicle to get around, which made a quality of life massive improvement for
that. They put that out before Stratter Space.
I will tell you this. They put that out before Stratter Space, and also that is the worst vehicle that doesn't really get you anywhere. Because
is it early Warthog from Halo? Floaty and bad, it gets stuck.
It's floaty, it's bad, it gets stuck, and it doesn't move much faster than I can run.
Well, dude, I've seen your build.
Wow.
No, really, he could fly. He was fast. Yeah, he could basically skim.
Well, I have the skim jets. Yeah.
I do too. So I'm putting it on you, but so can I. I could cover a lot of territory. I could infinitely hover forward without stopping across a whole map. I could actually maintain it.
So, I mean, it doesn't really...
so basically you're saying I didn't miss anything when I quit playing after the first month.
No, I told you were right. I mean, I literally said you... And this is a shame because that was the second point I was going to make is that they managed to lose Bloodaxe. Bloodaxe is one of the people I know who loves... Because while Xeno plays his Civ games and will do a little bit of building, because I played Survival, you have not... Have you seen Bloodaxe's Grounded? Like, Bloodaxe should have loved building ships and outposts in this game. They missed out on their target audience because they were dull and so directionless. Because I expected him to build elaborate planet-wide outposts and all that. But then I found out there's no reason. There's literally no reason to build an outpost. And they didn't fix it here. It does nothing. It just doesn't do anything. There are people who can argue with me. You're wrong. I don't need it. You can go get your own stuff or you can buy it. You can literally buy every mineral in the store, and it's faster, massively faster. In fact, because of how the economy works, taking all your guns you picked up from enemies and trading them for minerals is one of the smartest things to do. I went and did that once and then realized I never need to build another outpost. It's just unfortunate that the DLC did not add anything that I needed or wanted to this game. And I was shocked. It doesn't even seem to mechanically gel with the restart system, the main mechanic of recycling your universe. I don't want to do spoilers, but let's just say that the new Game Plus of Starfield is a very important part of the mechanic. Nobody has found any changes there yet. Maybe there are. So I don't know why this even existed. This could have been free. And if it was free, nobody could complain about it. Yeah. $30? This is not $30. And this is not on par. This is horse armor. This ain't Bethesda Far Harbor, not Farpoint. Sorry, I got the name. Far Harbor or Bethesda Roboticist, Bethesda Hearthfire or Dawn Guard or Dragonborn. No, this is Bethesda horse armor. It's wasting your damn time and money. And I'm mad because I was hoping they would put a mechanic in there that would lure back modders. There's nothing here for them. Nothing to work with. I'm like, geez, you should have at least threw something in. Where was the space station? What? It's just disappointing. And it's going to kill the game. We wasted our money. Ain't the first time. But a lot of people, here's the real problem, because you may not know this, but you know what's been happening after this? Everybody's now throwing shade on the next Elder Scrolls. People are now saying the next Elder Scrolls is going to be trash. you are literally failing so hard that you're losing money on a game you haven't made yet. And you know what's sad? I agree. After this, I do not know what the next Elder Scrolls is going to be, except maybe a reskin of Skyrim at best. I have no hope that I'm going to see something new, innovative, or of quality. And that's sad. Thankfully, we've got new stuff coming. Looks really good. But it's a shame because I've been with Elder Scrolls for a while, and Zeno's been with them longer. He's a Morrowind
like 5
veteran. I'm an
times.
Oblivion veteran. And but I just don't see them giving me anything.
Dude,
to
I
work with.
played Arena, Daggerfall, then Morrowind.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, he goes back way back. And that just breaks my heart in that to see a gaming series just kind of not evolve on any level, I don't get it. But this game has managed to literally shatter hope for even the next Elder Scrolls. Now, and I know what you're thinking, yeah, but you'll play it. I don't know. If it's the same engine, I'd rather get Dragon's Dogma 3. Like, I've got other games that can give me that, but be more satisfying.
I don't know. Dragons.
Here's the thing. I think Dragon's Dogma 3 will make more advances than Elder Scrolls 6. I think they'll improve on it more. So
I don't know about that. I'm just hoping that they don't go. I mean, Elder Scrolls has had a pattern, dude, since Morrowind. I mentioned Morrowind because that's the peak to me. Like Arena, Daggerfall was good.
Oblivion.
But then Morrowind hit, and Morrowind was your peak. I mean, the customization, the crafting spells, crafting magic items. I mean, and then Oblivion, which was another one that released very poorly originally. They fixed a lot of things, but they took away a lot of choices that you had
They
in
added it back with
Morrowind.
DLC.
No, they never fully added it.
The
back.
Magic Tower, I was crafting spells, custom magic enchantments.
But I mean, it wasn't as customizable as.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no,
Morrowind must have really been up there.
Morrowind was. I mean, yeah, it was badass, dude. Now it broke the game eventually.
That's fine.
But that's fine. Yeah, you had to make it there to get before you started breaking the game.
Hey, having the option to break the game is fine to me.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
But I mean, Oblivion, you could break the game with that system as well.
Well, when you got that DLC, especially, yes.
And then Skyrim took away even more stuff from us.
It dumbed down a lot.
It took more than the Morrowind to Oblivion jump did. Oblivion to Skyrim took even more away. I mean, honestly,
let's give J-Star a shout out real quick.
Hold on, let me finish this one sentence. The next step is Avowed may be the next Skyrim. You know,
I know from what I've seen.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The level of stuff they keep taking away.
Yeah,
that may be in the realm of the next Skyrim. I mean, the next Elder Scrolls.
If the next Skyrim doesn't even have a stat page anymore, and you're just not even really an RPG, I'm not buying it. But I want to just give J-Star out because he mentioned that if Dragon's Dogma 3 had multiplayer, homie, multiplayer Dragon's Dogma 3 would be on another level. I won't lie. And you know what? I think they know that. They got in their pocket for 3. They're going to be like, hey, multiplayer. Because you know what? That might save Elden Ring 6. Elder Scroll, because actually I'd rather have Elden Ring. But Elder Scrolls without the invasions. Let me go now. I hated those invasion mechanics. But anyway, Elder Scrolls 6 No, they already got that. It's called Elder Scrolls Online. So yeah. No, I don't know how to save Elder Scrolls 6, man. Except go back to Morrowind, like you said, because I want to play that. Like if they brought back the level of customization you're describing, but with better graphics and all that, I'm a deep dive build guy. I'd love that. But Bethesda's been dumbing down, not up. I mean, look at Starfield. Mm-hmm. Starfield was basically Assassin's Creed in space as far as it just had a perk tree.
It's the problem. It's the problem of the sequel. Every game, every RPG, every heavy RPG they can think of has pretty much dumbed down in the next. Think about Mass Effect. Mass Effect dumbed down every release. Dragon Age, dumbed down every release.
Dude, the current one ain't an RPG at all anymore.
Yeah.
It's a freaking hack and slash game.
The Inquisition, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Veilguard. Veilguard is basically a hack and slash game, man. You're backflipping around like Dante.
I mean,
hack and slash.
Final Fantasy, less RPG every release.
Well, every now and then they jump back a little bit and throw the class system back in. But no, that one game was just Devil May Cry. Literally, people called it Devil May Cry. I love RPGs and multiplayer. Mm-hmm. But no, that's the kicker. Like you're saying, you're making a good point. They're dumbing it down. Because here's what I realized. I said it wrong. You want to know what Starfield is? It's Far Cry in space. Remember Far Cry 6? And how Far Cry 6 was less in the X5 and it kept getting less and less RPG and more simplified? You just had a challenge system in order to level up your perks. Challenges. Oh, go do this challenge so you can level this up. Starfield was basically Far Cry in space without the depth and interest and options and freedom and story of Far Cry. No, I'm Starfield. Starfield is basically
Cry?
Yeah. The way you do your perk system and level up your abilities is basically Far Cry. Remember how we had to do challenges to level up in Far Cry 5 Bloodaxe?
I remember fishing that. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, but then you had challenges you had to do. It wasn't even an XP system. It was challenges
fish
to
and
get
different
your
fish
perks.
But
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't.
It's the exact same system. You had to do challenges. It's Far Cry in space minus Far Cry's immersion.
You have to get XP. And Starfield, it's not just.
Can't do nothing with it if you don't have the challenges done.
No, I mean you can. You just get different abilities.
But if you've gotten all the low level ones, you ain't got no challenges. Then you're just sitting on points.
And what have you been doing?
In Starfield, you can waste a lot of time.
I don't know how you level and do all that without accidentally doing the challenges.
You kept using the same weapon. Didn't switch it out. Didn't use
at least then that weapon and the challenges to kill things and stuff like that would go up. So, I mean, eventually, yeah, you may run across but I mean, it would be difficult.
To me, it's more Far Cry than it is an RPG. It's more of that than it is old school Morrowind or any of that, or even old school Fallout.
There's a lot more RPG elements than there is Far Cry. I'm not sure where you're going with that. I can't even connect those two.
Maybe I just have a better opinion of Far Cry because I got to play it multiplayer. Because also it was a lot of fun playing it multiplayer. Starfield should have been multiplayer. I think that would have helped.
I would probably played it longer if it was.
Yeah, at least it'd be running with a friend, so you could crack jokes with each other while you're bored.
Yeah, suffer together.
Because, see, I explored a bunch of planets in that game, man. I was shocked how little there was out there. I was devastated that you would put that many planets in there and not have
anything. I agree
anything.
with J-Star on that. I feel like the genuine aspects of a role-playing game aren't really considered when it comes to the big companies anymore. Yeah. I mean, we've lost a lot of stats and customizations of our characters. I mean, even now they're trying to force in this genre where we should be able to build our own characters on any game almost. We're still getting shoehorned into specific characters a lot of times.
Yeah, when did that happen? We were moving more and more toward building your own character. Then we had this weird, if I'm allowed to say that, weird swing where instead they pick your character for you and it's not anybody you want to play, and that's all I'll say on that part, but you're forced into roles and the roles you don't want. And you're like, or just let me make my own. We've often said this. Best way to satisfy everybody, let me make my own damn character.
Yeah.
Then you ain't got to worry about it. I mean, I'll give this to Veilguard. At least you make your character. Some of the choices are weird. Yeah. And some of the customizations light, but that's okay. You know why? Because Nexus. Somebody will build a mod in there that allows you to customize your character better. Dude, I'm sure somebody's already working on a look like a real Cornari mod that'll change every Cornari to look like they're supposed to with the ridges and kind of draconic.
But even
because they look kind of draconic.
But Nexus has been stupid, look. Man. Nexus, I haven't banned.
I wasn't going to bring it up. I wasn't going to bring up the recent ban where they ban mods. You're only allowed to put on mods that can change a character black. They ban any ones where you can change to anything else, especially white. And I'm like, wait, either ban race change mods or don't. Don't show a preference.
Well, the thing is, it's stupid with mods anyway, because mods are a choice. Mods
They
are something.
don't want choice.
I mean, mods have always been a choice. You go out there, you pick the mods you want, and you make a game that maybe not that fun for you more fun. Why would an entertainment industry have a complaint about that at all? Other than, yeah.
And me and Z, I saw Bloodaxe shaking head. We just looked at you like, why would they?
All right, guys, we're going to wrap up here.
Probably safe.
Yeah.
Let's leave before we get in more trouble.
Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to go to Dicejunkies.com where you find links everywhere we are online, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on our YouTube channel.